told him to do 12.
Okay.
All right, A Course in Miracles workbook for students, lesson 12.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay, Sue?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Sue has excellent hearing.
She has excellent everything. I know. It's because she's right about it. That's what makes it so great. Okay.
We can joke around.
And I am accomplishing many things. Go us. Lesson 12. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. For context, the lesson before was my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world.
Okay.
And then today, I'm upset because I see a meaningless world.
Ooh, this is perfect for me.
Yes. Thank God. The importance of this idea lies in the fact that it contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. By the way, the Course in general is all about correction, which is a little bit easier. There's not as much emotional weight of you're doing an evil thing. It's like, oh, it's not evil. It's actually fine. It's just, you just made a mistake. And so if you just make a mistake and you go again, that's fine. Versus you've sinned and you need to be forgiven of horrible, horrible things. It's a much lighter idea to it.
For sure, yeah.
So it contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion, which our perceptions are just our thoughts and on something, and we get an idea about it, and the meaning then comes from our thoughts on it. So we're going to correct that a little bit. You think that what upsets you is a frightening world, or a sad world, or a violent world, or an insane world, or the damn car parked in the wrong spot. All these attributes are given it by you. The world is meaningless in itself. These exercises are done with eyes open. Look around you, this time quite slowly, and try to pace yourself so that the slow shifting of your glance from one thing to another involves a fairly consistent time interval. Do not allow the time of the shift to become markedly slower or longer, but try instead to keep a measured and even tempo throughout. What you see does not matter. You teach yourself this as you give whatever you glance whatever your glance rests on equal attention and equal time. This is a beginning step in learning to give them all equal value. As you look about, you say to yourself, I think I see a fearful world, or I think I see a dangerous world, or a frustrating world, a hostile world, a sad world, a wicked world, a lazy world, a whatever world, and so on, using whatever description terms happen to occur to you. If terms which seem positive rather than negative occur to you, include them. For example, you might think, I think I see a good world. I think I see a satisfying world. If such terms occur to you, use them along with the rest. You may not yet understand why these nice adjectives belong in this exercise, but remember that a good world implies a bad world, and a satisfying world implies an unsatisfying world. All terms which cross your mind are suitable subjects for today's exercises. Their seeming quality does not matter. So be sure that you do not alter the time intervals between applying today's idea to what you think is pleasant and what you think is unpleasant. For the purposes of these exercises, there is no difference between them. At the end of the practice period, add, but I am upset because I see a meaningless world. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. Why then should a meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy. Because it is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon it what you would have it be. It is this you see in it. It is this that is meaningless in truth. Beneath your words is written the word of God. Truth upsets you now. The truth upsets you now. But when your words have been erased, you will see this. And that is the ultimate purpose of these exercises. Because it is meaningless, you're compelled to write upon it what you have written. So we have this.
Wait, does yours say this or his? You will see his or this?
His.
Oh.
You will see his. So the truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see his. It's referring to not your meaning, but his meaning. Not your words, but the words of God.
Okay.
Instead of seeing your words, you'll see the word of his, or Spirit, God. 3 or 4 times is enough for practicing the idea for today, nor should the practice periods exceed a minute. You may find even this too long. Terminate the exercise whenever you experience a sense of strain. The idea is that we look around and what we see is our ideas of what it is. We see meaning. The way that we get meaning, where we get meaning from, is really the past. We are seeing the past, and then when we're frustrated or fearful about something, we'll usually mix in the future about what it's bad because, and then we'll add some more future. And so, a kid, for example, even if something's super frustrating, like your car accident, like a kid wouldn't even have a problem with that. They'll be like, dang, but we were like, oh my gosh, now I can't get
the deductible is what
yeah,
I'm thinking.
I can't get to this next thing, or now I have to pay this thing, and now I'm going to have this higher insurance for the rest of my life. This is totally debilitating to my entire future. And we make a bad thing even worse. So the bad comes from the meanings we put on it, and the make it even worse comes from the future. And the way that we know it's either is we live completely in the past.
I think what I'm realizing I need to do, and this is a little off topic, and I'm sorry to say this, but I think, as I write the things on my arms,
Yes.
I think what I need to do is...
Of course, tattoos.
Well, I think what I need to do, because I'm learning this in my Bible study group, is they're like, if you want to live the life of Jesus, you have to continue to study your notes, study the life of Jesus. And I think yesterday when I was upset about what I was upset about, instead of going for a drive, I should have played our meetings. I should have played one of our meetings. I feel like that would have taken me back to where I needed to be, instead of going or go for a walk while I play it.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to like control, I should
Yeah.
have just sat. So I'm going to do that from now on.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to do something like that. Plenty of times I just walked outside and would walk on the grass when I was overly frustrated about something.
Yeah.
And plenty of times I wish I had done that. So, yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sue?
That's big. That's a great, realization. And a nice reminder, right?
What do you think about the lesson? Anything come up for you?
I'm sorry? Oh, yeah, this is a great lesson.
You've done this one already, yes?
I've actually returned to it a few times, yeah.
Really? Yeah. That's
yeah.
Do you feel like when you read it in the morning you were able to consistently do it, or do you feel like you had to go back to it because you felt like you read it and you're like, this just is too hard to apply today?
Well, okay, I'm going to go back into astrology for verbiage, right? Because
Excellent.
So you have your moon in fire, and I have my moon in air, which is so the sign that it's you have an Aries moon, I have a Libra moon. Libra is an element of air. So people who have Libra or have moon in air, we're very like intellectual and or we intellectualize things.
Sure,
Like
yeah.
the classic people who
Love that.
are in their head, right, and have difficulty feeling their feelings. That's probably somebody with the moon in an air sign. Gemini, Libra.
I think I have that.
Yeah, I think you do too.
That's why we're best friends.
Yeah, that's it. It is. So yeah. So for me,
She's gonna do your
because
chart next.
Nice.
yeah, I could do that.
Sign me up. I want it.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I feel annoyed, but like I don't. It like I'm still like frozen, you know, and like I have a hard time like actually feeling it through. Whereas for you, Layla, like you like your feelings and your emotions are authentic and raw,
Oh,
and
God,
they're
are
just
they? It's
like
fucking annoying.
yeah.
I wish I wasn't,
And it-
you guys. I wish I could control them. I wish I could just not be
Yeah.
so passionate about
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, that's it's part of the both sides of everything. So the passionate, I don't know astrology, but as far as fours are beautiful creators of amazing things.
Emotions, amazing
They have lots of emotions, for sure they do. But they also are the key people in the world that have created all the beautiful art. I mean, they're like the creative artists that have brought things of beauty into the world in like incredible ways. And without the low lows and the high highs, they don't seem to come up.
I'm manic.
Yeah.
I
And it's
knew
kinda
it. I
like-
fucking knew it.
Yeah, and it's like, and from my perspective, it looks to me that like for you, the way that you have to go is so clear, because that's your eye of the needle, right? That discomfort of like that rawness of the emotion, and then the desire to control it is the broad way. And then the like to sink into that feeling, that's your key. That's like the narrow way that you need to go through is to pass through the emotions.
Yep.
And for you, that's like so clear what you need to sit in with.
You mean feeling
Whereas,
the
like-
emotions, but also like allowing them so that they don't get out of control?
No,
Feeling-
like,
sorry.
so
We're totally off topic now, but
no, this is very relevant because it is how to deal with upset. Because and I think this is like the more the dualist way of dealing with it, whereas like I'm upset because I see a meaningless world is the non-dual, like rationalizing, which I don't know. But,
Yes, it's the path of wisdom. So there's a couple paths: the path of devotion and the path of wisdom. I don't know if you ever heard this,
Right.
but
yes.
it's another ancient way of looking at these kind of things.
Mhm.
The path of devotion is they'll also nickname it the path of the kitten, and the kitten gets grabbed by the mama cat and carried around. There's not much to it. They're just like, and the mom grabs it and it's just hanging there, and it could cry, whatever. It's in the mom's mouth. But the path of the monkey, the baby monkey, which is equated to the path of wisdom, the monkey has to hold on for dear life on the mama monkey's back. And the mama monkey is jumping through the woods, the jungle, and swinging. And if that monkey falls off, that monkey is dead. Yeah. And so the path.
crazy enough.
So how could that be the path of wisdom, where it's perilous? Well, the path of wisdom is actually very difficult to understand, and in fact, the wisdom that you seek is not through understanding. The understanding itself is another trap that separates you from the true knowledge of who am I? That age-old question, who am I? Know thyself. And all of these things are traps in that. And I have a hard time getting off that path. But the path of devotion, though, the way that you engage with the path of devotion is you just you do the most loving thing you can at all times. Just do loving things as much as you can conceptualize as loving and forgiving. Just let it go, let it slide best you can. Recontextualize forgiveness however you can. I love you, man. God loves me. I love you. You're doing the best you can. I'm doing the best I can. I'm gonna go work at a soup kitchen. I don't know. I'm gonna I'll give it to you for free. Oh, you need a discount? I'll give you a discount. No problem. Oh, let me get that for you. It's just like devotion, because I'm doing this for God, or your concept of God, and you appreciate how much life you've been given, and so you try to be loving and do loving acts of service as much as possible. That's the path of devotion. And it's an easier path. It feels good. However you contextualize it, it's fine. All the religions work. Everything is great. So all that's good.
Yeah.
To go back to another amazing benefit of a 4, if you're beating yourself up about being too manic, the 4s have become the greatest healers. The greatest of healers. And the reason why the 4s become the greatest of healers is because they can relate to anything that anybody's gone through, because they've already gone through it all.
Yeah.
You're like, it's okay, honey. It's gonna be okay. And then
my mom used to say that. She said, don't worry. The best healers are the ones who go. Yeah.
they do. That's right. In general, great therapists have gone through incredible suffering.
All my friends who are therapists have. Yeah, they're like, I went into this profession because I had fucked up shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to help people.
Yeah, like when you see somebody who is running really hard, like are they running towards something or are they running away from something? And it's always both, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and but yeah, for you, Layla, like learning to flow with the emotion is right. Like, so instead of trying to control it, like finding out what is the appropriate way to experience anger. And that's actually kind of why I wanted to, when I want to go to the that tea ceremony thing with the fire element.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll go and I'll find out for you, because I feel like the way that we deal with the fire element, that is kind of like how you, anger is like the fire within us, feeling unexpressed, like is getting stuck somewhere, like something we are fighting. So yeah, something that needs to come out if that is not being expressed in the healthiest of ways. So
I think I'm like the type of person that if I'm upset and I'm mad and like I start to go there, I don't know how to reel it in, because I like gotta double down. I'm like, oh, I'm angry, so I gotta keep being angry, because if I just stop, then that might be weirder. Does that make sense?
And they might think that it's okay for them, right?
What'd you say?
Sorry, what'd you say, Sue?
Oh no! And if you back down now, then they might think that it's okay for them to, like, whatever it was that offended you, like it's okay, like your navel.
Exactly.
I totally get it.
Never back down. Never surrender.
Yeah. Oh, hey, my sun is in Aries. You have your moon in Aries. I have my sun in Aries. Okay. So it's like opposite sides. But anyway, so that's something I'm trying to figure out too. Is because it does really feel like if we can just not have that initial outburst, right? Yeah, like once you go down that path of like that first angry outburst, then you feel like it's just everything's ruined.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the.
So
Is the package
I
order
feel like we're a little off.
received?
I'm glad we had this in our discussion.
I didn't order
Definitely
anything.
helps. I don't know how to. I still, if we have time, because I know it's probably 7:00. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. So, I guess I'm not sure how I'm gonna apply this today, but
The application is always about awareness. You can do nothing else but watch yourself get upset and watch yourself continue
okay,
and be
just
like, why
repeat this.
am I doing this?
Maybe just repeating this is what you're saying, kind of.
Yeah,
Like, so
anything that
repeating the
reminds
words.
you, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just remind yourself of that one lesson on lesson 5 says, I am never upset for the reason I think.
Yes, that's the one that stuck with me so much.
It's just a good,
similar. Yeah.
it's a very general, great application.
Yeah, I like that one. That's when I would get permanently tattooed.
Never upset for the reason I think.
Yeah.
And today, my meaningless. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. I think I'm upset. The reason I think I'm upset is because something bad happened. But the whole concept of bad happening comes from the world that I created. The
Yeah.
world that I created. And then another part in the course, it talks about help me to see the world that you created and let go of the world that I created. And then the way that I see the world that you created, as in the Holy Spirit, which is not the real world still. It's called the real world, but it's like I have to make up a world, so let's make up a good one. Well, the one that I made up is bad. But the one that I made up has to be bad, though. It's not just a mistake necessarily. It's actually unconsciously, intentionally bad. Because it has to be bad because I have to be separate. Because if I'm not separate, then I would no longer exist. Because complete union with God is annihilation. And if I'm annihilated, then I'm not here anymore. And if I'm not here anymore, then I'm dead. And if I'm dead, I'm freaking out again.
Yeah.
And so
Can't have the pleasures of this world.
unconsciously, I have to keep things bad. I have to keep the body dying.
Sure.
And then I have to be that body. And then that verifies and proves that I'm real. And it's just this constant unconscious thing to keep me miserable enough to realize that I'm a separate thing, but not too miserable because you don't want to give up.
Yeah, right, yeah. I actually do want to give up. I feel like that thing that I sent you guys yesterday.
Wanting to give up is the perfect place, as long as you don't. So miserable, I want to give up. That's perfect.
No.
You will forever be a suffering
that
body.
way. Not give up that way. I mean, I have felt that way, give up to the point where I, in the bad way,
Yeah.
where I don't want to be here anymore, like just go over the cliff
Yeah,
type of way.
for
But
sure.
I want to give up in the other way where I'm like, where I want to do that fasting thing where I live off of consciousness. That would be dope. Right?
Yeah.
Because
It would be dope.
have you watched The Chosen? Where Jesus is like, or even just read the Bible,
Yeah.
where they're like, we need to fucking eat, and he's like,
I have
I'm
food that
feeding you.
know. Oh, yeah.
I am feeding, and like he never eats if you think about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just, when you see him at the table eating, he's just kind of like pulling bread apart and like maybe eating like one grape.
Yeah.
He's not like eating. I feel like he doesn't eat. I feel like he eats just to like make people like if he didn't eat, they'd be like, oh, I don't trust this guy. He doesn't fucking eat.
Nah, he's a robot.
Yeah.
You're like, no, look. Chew, 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 spit.
Yeah, spit. I feel like he was living off that shit. I do.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Anyway,
I was not
Jesus.
there, so I don't know. I guess that's possible.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
All right, fun. Thanks, guys.
What else? Are we good?
I think I'm gonna re-listen to some of our firsts, and then I think that's gonna be my new daily thing. Do this with you guys, and then listen again throughout the day.
Yeah, you could totally do that. I mean, these lessons, of course, are on YouTube. But also there's, Gary Renard has like 7 books, 10 books.
I know.
He's got a ton of them.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Ken Wapnick.
Who?
Ken Wapnick
Okay.
is probably the most amazing teacher of the Course in Miracle.
Okay.
He is the one that helped edit the book.
The book?
Yep. It was
And he's written other books.
Ken has, but mostly Ken is he does commentary just on the course. It's not like
Oh,
a different
okay.
way. It's just all commentary.
Oh, cool.
He's got crazy awesome commentary. He's got a line by line commentary every single word in the whole course. So it's giant volumes, and he's amazing, amazing.
Okay.
He's got like charts and all kinds of stuff. You'd love him, Sue.
Sue, she has so much on her plate right now.
Just one more thing, you'll be fine.
That might be good though, because this is how you were saying you were feeling last night.